Just got off a call with our short form editor, um, talking about his direction in life, some of the things he's struggling with. This is part of part of the responsibility and the role as a founder of a company is to make sure that your people are happy, make sure that they're joyful, and that where they fit in your world actually facilitates their world as well. Um, and that is essentially all encompassed in leadership, and something that I take pretty seriously, and it's something that I really enjoy, because I've had to learn to lead myself a lot over the years, and now I can lead others in a really great way. So there are a few roadblocks in the way that he was thinking. But one of the big messages that came through is, we talked about motivation, and he was feeling a lack of it, especially for the last few months. Like, he just didn't have any drive to do anything in life, in his business, and whatever. And and I brought him this framework of, like, for me, what works well is like creating a tension point, right? So from where does the motivation come from? And then what is it going to? Okay. And then, so where it comes from is like purpose, mission, and values. But where it goes to is to a small tangible outcome. And one of the mistakes of creating the tangible outcome is making that too far in the future, like 3 years, 5 years in advance. I personally think that's too far. Um, I like to bring it back to like 3 months, even closer, 1 month to 3 months, right? So when things are linked in purpose and mission and values, and they are then driven towards a short-term tangible goal, for me, it's so much easier to stay motivated in life because the two are creating that tension point in the middle, which makes me go. If there's too much slack, that's when life is like, well, I don't know what's going on, and there's no motivation, and it's all a bit ethereal, and it's all like just throwing spaghetti at the wall and hoping it sticks. So that was the framework we went through, and then we got a little bit deeper into, like, okay, we can always think about what. So, like, on this tangible goal side, it might be like somewhere we want to be in life, or like a certain revenue goal, or the amount of clients we're working with, or the types of clients, or whatever that might be. But for me, what I've found is even more powerful, because sometimes people can't identify the what, right? They don't know what the thing is. And what that reflects to me is that they're not sinking into the feelings. So when I get to a place where I can't identify what I want or would prefer, there's a good reason for that. And it's because I'm not sinking into how I want to feel. Because sometimes we can chase the what. Maybe it's this thing, maybe it's that thing. But if we don't really know how we want to feel off the back of it, we might be chasing the wrong thing forever. And that, it's incredible once you start to find, well, once I start to find what I want to feel again, it's incredible how fast the motivation comes back, because then I start to link the things that would help me to feel that way more often than not. And then the motivation comes back, and it's actually really easy to do stuff in life and find the motivation to get moving and wake up full of energy and excitement every day. So really powerful stuff, and that's a really great framework. So if you are stuck with motivation in life, think about, why am I doing this? What is my mission? What are my values around this? What's a short-term tangible goal that I can have, which is in a month or 3 months' time? What can I put those two to? And then they start to feed each other. And then, how do I really want to feel? If I can't think of something that I want to work towards, well, how do I want to feel? And then do the things that would make you feel like that more often. To me, I don't know a much better way to live life. I mean, that's incredible, right? I want to feel, and then we're back to like a conscious choice model. I would prefer to feel joyful, connected to people, a sense of community, a sense of worthiness, like my work is worth it, a sense of service, a sense of health, a sense of warmth, laughter, fun, um, and so then I can look at all the things that I do or might need to be done or could be done. And then I think, okay, what are all the things that I could do that are conducive to that? And if I can get like 80-20, great. If I can fill my days with 80% exactly how with the activities that would get me to the place that I would prefer to feel more often, I'm happy with the 20% stuff that I'm like, I'll just do it anyway. Like, cool. We can't have everything the way that we want it to be. That's kind of like a righteous way to live, right? Nature doesn't even operate that way. Nature doesn't give us exactly, nature isn't exactly how we want it to be all the time. So I think that that's an important way for us to operate as well. It's like we're not going to have everything exactly how we want it, but we are humans and we do have the ability to choose because our life is so convenient and so amazing at the moment. We do have the ability to choose. And if we can choose and we could get like 80% of that the way we want it to be, then that's fantastic, in my opinion. And to really back that up, I've been doing this a lot with myself lately, like really leaning into like, how do I want to feel? Getting back to putting a really good structure into my days because I want to feel a sense of calm, a sense of ease, a sense of flow, a sense of productivity, um, and like my efforts going towards something, not just for others, but for my own life as well. And for me, that comes the best when I have a structure to my day and being really careful with that structure, protecting that structure. So this morning, it was getting up, when I had a coffee, and then just start to look over the tasks of the day. Like what does my day look like? So what are my like 3 to 5 top things that if I could do today, it would make a really good day for me. So really locked into that. Mapped out some content, worked on some scripting for the next 7 days. Did some outreach, so got back to some DMs, got back to some clients, did a couple of like little payment things, little admin things. Yeah, and then set up a couple of things this afternoon. We've got a deep planning session internally this afternoon, so that would be cool. Setting up some calls for the rest of the week, planning what I'm going to do for fun this week, some of my Masogi activities, and I feel great. Like that already, I've had a super productive morning doing high leverage activities that are putting me and my business and my life closer to the things that are going to lead me to feel a certain way. Um, and that's incredible. Like that's life design at a really high level is like really leaning into how do I feel best? And that might look different, completely different to you. You might need to take the morning even slower and have a really long morning routine and exercise, go run 10K, do all the stuff before you can work. Or that might mean, fasting, or it might mean, 2 coffees. It might mean one. It might mean opening a laptop immediately. It might mean reading a book immediately. But whatever it looks like, it's important for you to find that for yourself and find that flow. One of the pieces of advice I gave my clients in unlimited coaching the other day was like, you know, give yourself permission to design your life the way you want to. Sometimes we can feel a bit righteous or selfish designing our lives the way we want it to be. It's like, no, you can do that because it's never going to be selfish, because for you to feel the way that you want to feel, that's going to include all the people that you care and love about, right? So people think, oh, well, if I just do things the way I want to do it, then maybe I'll be alone or I'm selfish. It's like, it's kind of the opposite of the way it works, because when you really feel into how you want to feel, if that means you need to spend time with family 3 times a week, then that's going to become part of your flow and part of your plan. And you optimize for that and you put that into the days of the week and you allocate the time to that, so you get that fix to do the activities that bring you closer to the way that you want to feel more of the time. Super cool.